Sports.
Personality.
Special. Hello and welcome to Blah de Blah. Well, today we are looking at the 10 people we feel deserve a place in the sports personality list, of course, decided in December on BBC. And you are joined by me, Tom Feeney.
Me, Dale Harris.
And me, Jack Elliott.
Welcome to Blah.
Blah.
Well, it really has just been a magnificent summer of sport, shall I say. And the range of sportsmen and women and disabled men and women as well who have just done the nation so proud. And of course Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland as well. So we've got half an hour really to try and come up with our 10 who we think deserve a place. I think 5 or 6 will be pretty obvious, but I think 1 or 2 we'll disagree on. So let's get going now. Who wants to start with a suggestion?
I think it can be a bit like Room 101, I think, where we suggest a name and you got to vote on it. I think that then have a final top 10.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll throw a first name out there, which I'll be shocked if you two disagree with. Mo Farah.
Yep.
Fantastic. Well, I think Mo Farah, I think he's one of the few athletes going into the games who genuinely everybody thought, yes, he will win them 2 races. I think the second race there was a bit of concern, maybe he would be a bit fatigued.
Yes.
But I always thought he would, just when you look at the fact that he would be racing people, and would literally be the last 200 or 300 metres in practices, literally be walking. He'd be turning around and thinking, where is everyone? And he'd look and they were other side of the track. So I think Farah, definitely.
So, anything you want to add to that, Jack? Shall I write his name down?
Yeah, I do want to add something to that about Mo Farah. He's a fantastic role model for the Somalian community. And they've actually spoke about how, because of Mo Farah, there's been a lot more Somali kids getting involved in sport.
Well, I didn't know that he had an identical twin brother.
Yeah, he had to stay behind to run the shop.
But they talk they talk every night, and Mo Farah revealed that the first person he spoke to when he got back to the London village was his brother, who'd given him a call to congratulate him.
Well, that is nice. You have to feel a bit sorry for his brother, though, because you have to pick between the two. You'd feel a bit unlucky, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Then again, Mo Farah says that he'd like to go back to Somalia to spend more time with his mum.
Well, you can't really blame him. Did he come over with his dad then, out of curiosity?
Yeah, he came over when he was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to throw a name out there. So Mo Farah's in.
He's in.
I'm going to throw in Bradley Wiggins.
I can't disagree with that.
The Tour de France winner. I've got to say, to win the Tour de France was just, really, that was the cake. That was the icing. Them gold medals, though, that was the cherry. Some sprinkles, a little bit of sauce, a nice drink to go with it. Wiggins literally did the unthinkable. Because most, during an Olympic year, have to decide either you win a gold medal, or try and win one, or you win the Tour de France. You don't aim to win both.
Well, but I think it was about over 100 years, or nearly 100 years, where Britain's been waiting for a Tour de France winner. He was a favourite going into it, but how many times have we seen in sport where the favourites crumble under pressure? He didn't. Him and his team, you've got to mention his team as well around him. They did a fantastic job, and let's not forget Chris Froome, second in the Tour de France and Olympic bronze medalist. But I'd second your motion of Wiggins got into the top 10, Jack?
Yeah, I would certainly second that motion. I think he's only the second person ever to win the Tour de France and the Olympics in the same year.
So two in, we're all agreeing so far. Nice
I've suggested one. Tom suggested one.
Jack Elliott.
I'm going to throw one out there. Disabled athlete, this one.
Okay.
Sarah Story. She won.
Yes.
6 golds this year in the Paralympics.
If I might be wrong saying this, but isn't she the one who was a swimmer?
Yes, she was also a swimmer.
Really successful swimmer as well. Had a problem with her ear, and then chose to cycle.
Yeah, and as a swimmer, I mean, she wasn't exactly a bad swimmer. She'd got five gold medals as a swimmer, and now she's got, I think it's 11 gold medals in total. So she's equal Tanya Gregg Thompson, which is a fantastic achievement. She's just part in a fantastic, probably the best year ever for British cycling.
Well, how are they going to work, out of curiosity, they don't. I'm not sure if they usually have the Paralympians in the
Well,
sort of fascinating top 10.
Gary Lineker, I read a tweet by Gary Lineker. He suggested that they may have 10 Paralympians as well, have like 2 shows over 2 nights. So I don't know, would Channel 4 host the Paralympic show as they hosted the games, and BBC host the sports personality? I wouldn't be sure how they're going to work that.
Yeah, that's quite tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially for all this now, because obviously credential-wise, she's up there, isn't
Yeah.
she?
She's got to be.
I think put her as a maybe for now. I think that.
Okay, Sarah Story. And is this back to me or is it back to you? Can't remember.
I think it would be back to Dale. You started.
Okay, well I'm going to throw a name out there. Andy Murray, the winner of the US Open, runner-up at Wimbledon and Olympic gold medalist. Surely, I think Britain's first male tennis championship, singles championship for Jack said 70 odd
Since
years.
1936 when Fred Perry
Yes,
won.
so he's got to be up there.
Yeah, but Andy, I think I was following that match on the internet, and I started to think, is he going to choke? There was just a little part of me which thought, here we go again. He's going to lose in the final when Djokovic was started to play. But the thing is, it's been that great a year for sport that even the first Grand Slam, 76 years, in any normal year, he would, without doubt, I think, win sports personality of the year. But I think this year he might not even come in the top 3.
That's a good point, yeah. But in your opinion, should he make our top 10?
Yes, I think he should make our top 10, definitely. Tom, what do you think?
I don't think you can deny that he's achieved a lot this year. I think I actually think that Andy Murray's got a great shot of winning it, and the reason why is the speech he gave after Wimbledon, where he broke down into tears.
Yeah.
I think that gave a lot of the casual fans, definitely, looked at Murray more as a human being rather than a sportsman, which I think can only help his cause in winning this.
Well, I know someone that previously really disliked Murray and called him boring and whatnot. But after the speech, although he didn't like him that much, had a little more respect for him because, how dignified he was in defeat, how much it meant to him.
I have just got to say that Roger Federer, I think, has been dignified in defeat throughout. But I think Novak Djokovic maybe played just after the US Open. He made with 2 points to go, he went down. And I think playing maybe mind games when he probably shouldn't have. So,
But in fairness, the first thing he said was to congratulate Andy Murray.
Yeah.
So I think there all seems to be nice guys on the tennis tour. But there again, I did say that about Ryan Giggs, so not too hopeful.
I think back to me, are we?
But first, are you agreeing it should be our top
Yes, I
10?
did. I said you can't doubt his achievements. I think.
Okay, right. His name might be down, and it's over to you, Tom.
Right. Well, I hope you agree with this. The name I'm going to throw in is Rory McIlroy, and I genuinely PGA Championship he won this year. Last year he won the US Open, and I think this is the story of somebody who what would it be? 15 months ago, he threw away a tournament. Literally, he was at palm of winning a major championship, and he basically hit a house. He hit the clubhouse. That's how bad his shot
It
was.
was as if one of us were playing for him.
Yeah. He basically had just played some beautiful golf, and the last 10 holes, he just fell apart. I think he ended up something like 16th. He just fell apart, and it was so sad to see. And I think the media didn't help him the next few days when they were saying, is that it? Is that the end of him? But he has fought back, and I think, basically just for the determination he has shown to go from, basically he cost himself a major championship to finally reclaiming one.
Well, let's not also forget, he was also part of the Ryder Cup winning team, despite...
Well, he almost missed the final day due to a bit of a mix-up regarding what time he needed to get there. But he won his mark.
Once he got there, he played that with composure and the way that we know he can. So, Jack, would you agree with Tom's assessment?
Yeah, I'd say that Rory McIlroy will probably get in. And I think that although I think he'll be very high up, because I think a lot of golf fans will vote for Rory McIlroy.